7 years after tearing up the Iran nuclear deal, Donald Trump has just done the unthinkable, opened backdoor talks with Iran. But are we headed for peace, or a powder keg? In a stunning twist, Donald Trump, the man who famously ditched the Iran nuclear deal back in 2018, is now quietly opening lines of communication with Tehran. But don't expect dramatic handshakes or photo ops. These talks are happening in secret, behind closed doors, and in separate rooms. Over the weekend, U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff and Iran's Foreign Minister Saeed Abbas Araghchi took part in indirect negotiations in Oman, a Gulf country known for its neutral stance and history of quiet diplomacy. So how did this work? They weren't even in the same room. Messages were passed back and forth through Oman's foreign minister, in a setup straight out of a spy thriller. Dove, what's the goal? The US is hoping to revive nuclear talks and slow down Iran's fast-advancing nuclear program. Araghchi said Iran is open to a deal, but only if it's fair, honorable, and from an equal position. That's diplomatic speak for, we're not backing down easily. These talks come after a flurry of bold moves from Trump in recent months. In February, he reinstated the maximum pressure campaign on Iran. In March, he personally wrote to Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei, something few expected. And now, we're here, in Oman, testing the waters for what could be a major diplomatic shift. United States versus Iran history repeats itself. Let's rewind. Oman has quietly played peacemaker between the US and Iran for over a decade. Back in 2013, secret talks there helped create the now abandoned 2015 nuclear deal. But this time, tensions are way higher, and so are the stakes. Even as these talks kicked off, the US slapped fresh sanctions on Iran's nuclear program, targeting 5 companies and 1 individual. And just to make things crystal clear, America deployed 6 stealth B-2 bombers to its military base on Diego Garcia, a remote island in the Indian Ocean. Now, these aren't your average warplanes. B-2 bombers are rare, stealthy, and deadly, capable of carrying massive bunker buster bombs, designed to destroy underground nuclear sites. The message? We're ready for diplomacy, but we're also ready for war. Bomb Iran responds. With threats and tech, Iran didn't take that lightly. In response, an advisor to Khamenei warned that continued threats could lead to kicking out UN nuclear inspectors and hiding enriched uranium in secret locations. And just to show it means business, Iran marked its National Nuclear Technology Day by flaunting its latest achievements, advancements in the nuclear fuel cycle and high-tech systems. President Masoud Pezeshkian was crystal clear. We are not building a bomb. But try telling that to Washington or Tel Aviv. Israel weighs in. Israel isn't buying it. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is pushing for Libya-style dismantling of Iran's nuclear program, meaning full destruction, full supervision, and no wiggle room. According to intelligence reports, Iran already has 274.8 kilograms of uranium enriched to 60%, dangerously close to weapons grade. Experts say Iran could cross the nuclear threshold in just weeks if it chooses to. So, what's Trump really after? Some say he wants a legacy-defining peace deal that could land him the Nobel Peace Prize. Others believe he's flexing hard to force Iran into submission. Bullseye. So, what happens next? Trump's team says the ball is now in Iran's court. Iran says it's in America's. Both sides are circling each other with cautious optimism and barely veiled threats. This moment could shape the future of the Middle East. Will it lead to a historic agreement, or will it light the fuse on something far more dangerous? Peace or war? Diplomacy or destruction? The clock is ticking, and the world is watching. Let me know if you'd like a script version with narrator cues or visual recommendations for your YouTube video.